So okay. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Uh, uh, my dear Dhamma friends, I think you can hear me clearly. So please, Brother Lee, please help me. I think everything is okay. Uh, okay. So, good evening, you all, and wish you all the good health and happiness and prosperity. Mm. So we meet for the second day, and I must remind here with great reverence, most venerable Datuk Kirindesri Dhammaratana Nayaka Mahathera, the chief high priest of Malaysia, and venerable Saddha Thera for his good organization, and all the members of Ti-Ratana Welfare Society for organizing this Dhammadana series. Uh, Last week, uh, we discussed about much worthy topic which is contained in Karaniyametta Sutta, 4 lines about a stanza. So today, I hope to discuss with you about another precious Pali Gatha, which is included in the Mangala Sutta, a very familiar discourse for you all. It means in every morning and every evening when we are chanting daily Pirit, Paritta, we often hear and we often recite, chant this Pirit or the Paritta Sutta, this discourse, like Karaniya Metta Sutta we discussed last day. So, Mangala Sutta is another gold-worthy doctrinal teaching of Buddha. The life philosophy of this sutta is still hidden. Why I'm saying like that? The life story. Mangala Sutta, actually, most of us are using this universal truth, universal teaching contained in Mangala Sutta only as a chanting for the protection of our day-to-day life, for the protection of our secular life, and for the success of our secular life, for the well-being and all. But the life story, the life philosophy, the great philosophy of this sutta is still hidden, I think. Though my topic is based on the last two stanzas, it means there are 12 Pali Gathas. Out of those 12, I have chosen the 11th one. Puttassa loka dhammehi chittang yassa na kampati asokang virajang khemang etang mangala muttamang. Uh, so, I would like to mention here a brief explanation of it, explaining you the great life philosophy contained there. Dear friends, dear Dhamma devotees, I hope that most of you are parents now. Sometimes are to be parents. Sometimes you may be a child, anyone. So most of you are parents who are listening to me. So I propose you to remind about your children's little ages. Just think about your uh, children's little ages. Okay. So, what was the first admonition or the advice you gave them when they were old enough to understand something? What was the first advice? It is the same advice of the Mangala Sutta out of 38 supreme doctrinal facts, supreme blessings, highest blessing. Etang Mangala Muttamang means this is the highest blessing. So, what is the first advice, my dear son, my dear daughter, my loving son? Don't keep company or don't associate with bad friends, foolish ones. So, associate with the wise. Do not associate with fools. This is the first and foremost advice you gave when your children were old enough to understand something. It means sometime when they were starting their school life. Don't keep company, don't associate bad friends. This is the first advice you gave them. So it is same with the Mangala Sutta, the first out of 38 doctrinal facts. It means good and bad, good and bad friends, especially during the school life of your children. Parent always used to remind them this advice. Then what? The first two, associate with good friends or associate with the wise. Do not associate bad or fools. Then next one, respect adults. Respect adults. Puja cha pujaniyanang. This is not my topic today, but I am coming to my topic step by step. I just want to show you the significance of this sutta, the inner meaning of this. So then you advise them, puja cha pujaniyanang, honor those who are worthy of honor. Respect them and help them when they need help. So when they are growing up gradually, we advise them, the parents advise them to live in a suitable location. The fourth advice in Mangala Sutta out of 38. So you advise them or you remind them you must have meritorious actions did in past. You see how the gradual path of this life story, life philosophy. Then what? And to have set oneself on right course. Puja cha pujaniyanang etam mangalam uttamang. Then patirupa desavasocha pubbecha kata punyata atta samma panidicha, to have set oneself on the right course. Then what else? You see, how the Buddha showed us the gradual path of moral life. In Mangala Sutta, though we are using the Mangala Sutta for just for the protection, just as a Paritta Sutta, then what? Hmm? Vast learning, Bahu Satchancha Sippancha, perfect handicraft, a highly trained discipline, Vinayocha Susikkito, a highly trained discipline. You must have. You must have. Then pleasant speech, Subhasitachaya Vacha. The gradual path, step by step, the children is growing up now. So now the child is a little older. Schooling is nearing completion. Then you say, you advise and make them aware of to support your father and mother, help them. Mata pitu pattahanang. Then when they come to age of marriage, you advise them to lead a good marriage life. Puttadarasa sangaho. The cherishing of wife and children, not to just protect and care, protect and care them lovingly, cherish them, wife and children, and to do a peaceful occupation. Puttadarasa sangaho anakulacha kammanta. You see how this gradual path is taught by our great master Buddha, the inner meaning in Mangala Sutta. Now the child is growing gradually. So you must practice for, it means then Dhanancha Dhammacharya. I am not going to explain you the whole 38 doctrinal facts, but I just want to show you, make you aware of this life philosophy in this Mangala Sutta. Dhanancha Dhammacharya, generosity and keeping a righteous conduct in your life. Jnatakanancha sangha. Then now the children is somewhat old now. Then helping relatives and all, to follow blameless actions. Dhanancha dhammacharya jnatakanan sangha. So these life philosophy is a great teaching of the Buddha. So I kindly ask you to read this significant discourse, Mangala Sutta, with the meaning. With the meaning. So throughout this whole discourse, there is a magnificent life story. So, but only we use this sutta only as a protection for the secular life by chanting every morning and evening. So I kindly request you, please read this with the meaning again and again. Try to understand the inner meaning of there. What has taught by the Buddha? What is this? Is it just a Paritta Sutta or not? No, it is not just a Paritta Sutta. It is a great teaching of our great master. So it will be much helpful for you to lead a moral and virtuous life, and teach your children to teach your children to follow these doctrinal facts. So highest blessings, etam mangalam uttama, right? And at the very beginning of this sutta, you know that evang me sutang, I have heard thus. No, when Buddha was staying at Savatthi Nuvar, Savatthi, like that, I must mention here another good uh, quality, or a vast quality of our Buddha Sasana, the dispensation. It is clearly showed here. My uh, friends or devotees, you just think there are so many commissions in all over the world today. Commissions. This is still I have not come to my topic. I am coming to my topic step by step. So I thought to have a small explanation about the very beginning of this sutta. Not only this sutta, there are so many discourses in the Pali Tripitaka or the Holy Canon. They all start like Evang me sutang ekang samayam bhagava. What is that actually? At the first Buddhist council, I like to name it as the first and foremost commission in this world. It was the best commission, the very first commission in this world. So, what do you call by commission? You know that UNO, UNESCO, UNICEF, and Commission on Education and Communication, and Commission on Environment and Economic and Social Policy. So many law commissions. There are so many commissions. So, you know that when there is any irregularity in a country, something wrong, the president appoints a commission. The president appoints a commission. Here also, some features of a commission can be found, because you know that evam me sutang ekang samayam bhagava. I have heard thus, one occasion, the Blessed One was living in the Savatya Jetavana, like that, Anathapindika's monastery. You know that the Kassapa Thera, Maha Kassapa Thera, he was the head of the commission. Head of the commission. Then Ananda Thera and the Upali Thera, they were the witnesses. And also there were 500 arahants for other witnesses. So Kasapatera, the arahant Kasapatera, asked questions. Asked questions by Ananda Thera and Upali Thera. Ananda Thera testifies like this: I have heard thus. On one occasion, I can't remember the exact date. Why? When you are testifying in a commission, you have to prove your evidence, facts. Anantara says, I can't remember in an exact day. Ekang samayang, on one occasion, the Blessed One was living in Savatthi at Jetavana, the Anantapindika's monastery. You have to tell about the location actually. Location, where it was happened. When you are testifying, you have to tell the location to the commission. Then that's what Anantara did. The exact location were revealed. Then the time when the night was far advanced, a certain deity, like that. You see, I'm mentioning these facts here just for your knowledge. Just for your knowledge. So have a critical idea about these things. Buddhism is not just a doctrine which is revealing about suffering and sorrow and all. Mostly we here that Buddhism is teaching about not the happiness but the suffering. But Buddhism teaches about the happiness. Nibbanam paramang sukhang. uh, Nibbana or the liberation. To get rid of this sansara is the greatest happiness, paramang sukhang. So does Buddhism teach about any suffering? No. It is teaching, it is revealing. Buddha taught us, he preached us how to gain the happiness. Hmm? You just think, we say, I want happiness. I want happiness. If you can just destroy or eradicate, vanish, I, I means the ego-ness. Ego-ness. The statement is, I need happiness. I want happiness. First, you have to eradicate I, that is ego-ness. Then you have to vanish want, need, that is the desire. After vanishing, after destroying ego-ness and desire, you will remain only with what? Happiness. I want happiness. You have just to vanish I, the ego-ness, and want is desire, then you will be only remain with happiness. Okay, so Buddhism is a great philosophy. I mean, this is not just to chant every morning and every evening, and just to get the protection for the secular life, mundane life. Not for just mundane needs. Buddha did not preach the Nibbana at first. He clearly says, Nahang bhikkave anyara Naham bhikkave adhikeneva anyaradanang vadami. Oh dear monks, I am not preaching you, I am not teaching you the Nibbana at first. It's a gradual path. You have to follow the gradual path, and then only you will be able to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Okay, so I'm discussing with you about the life philosophy, the great inner meaning of Mangala Sutta. Now I think it's better to pay our attention for the today's Dhamma topic. Okay, so my friends, at the very beginning I mentioned that the 11th stanza, Puttasa loka dhammehi. What do you mean by puttasa? Puttasa and loka dhamma. Loka dhamma. Puttasa loka dhammehi. Chittang yasana kampati. Asokang virajang kemang. Etang mangalam uttamang. In every stanza, in every Pali Gatha, they end with Etang mangalam uttamang. This is the highest blessing. Uttamang means highest. Blessings means mangala. If you follow these blessings, doctrinal facts, it will be the highest blessing for your life, this life and next life, mundane life and supramundane life. Okay, so what do you mean by puttasa? Puttasa. Puttasa means, you just think, when you come to the old age, naturally what happens, my dear Dhamma friends, when you come to the old age, naturally what happens? Our body automatically face to decay. Our health is going down. It means degenerates. Our health will go down then. and lose your teeth. Lose your teeth. And also your black hair turns white. So my question is, when you feel these happening, so when you feel this nature, should anyone teach you or explain you about it, about the old age? Should anyone preach you Dhamma? Oh, this is old age, you are decaying now, your hair is turning white like that. Should anyone explain you? Should anyone preach you the Dhamma? Any Buddha or any Arahanto, any priest or monk? Anyone? No. We feel that. No. When we come to our old age, we feel those things, natural happenings. So those are called Loka Dhamma. Loka Dhamma means worldly conditions. Worldly conditions. We are subjected to these worldly conditions. So you yourself can realize them all. No one needs to explain you. In such situations, Buddha teaches us, Buddha preaches. In such situations, when you are getting old, when you are facing these worldly conditions, your mind should be strong enough. Your mind should be strong enough to face them without fear and sorrow. Asokang virajang khemang. Without fear and sorrow, you must have the energy. You must have the strong enough mind base to bear those happenings. This is said by Buddha with this stanza, the 11th stanza or the verse, the Pali Gatha in Mangala Sutta. Right. So there are 8 worldly conditions. Living in this world, we constantly encounter these 8 worldly conditions. Loka Dhamma. In Buddhism, in Pali canon, it says, Labho alabho, ayaso yasocha. There are 2. Then Ninda pasansacha sukhancha dukkha. Then 8. Labho 1, alabho the 2nd, ayaso the 3rd, yaso the 4th, then Ninda the 5th one, pasansa the 6th one, sukhang the 7th one, and dukkhang the 8th one. There are 8 worldly conditions. We are subjected. We can't get rid of these 8 conditions. By birth, we are subjected to these 8 worldly conditions. So, what is called by labha and alabha? These are going parallel. It means gain and lose. Labho alabho, gain and lose. You have to face these both, not only one. Then ayaso yasocha, fame and disgrace. Ayaso yasocha. Then ninda pasansa, blame and praise. Blame and praise. Then sukhancha dukkhang, happiness and the pain. All these 8 are already in our life. You can remember that in our past, not past life, this life, in your past, you might have faced these all things, all the worldly conditions. Not only the good four, there are actually not good and bad. All are natural. So Buddha says, amongst these 8 worldly conditions, okay, keep in mind very carefully, these worldly conditions these eight worldly conditions spin after the world, spin after the world, and again the world spins after these eight. Okay, keep in mind these eight worldly conditions are uh, these worldly conditions spin after the world, then world spin after these eight conditions. Hmm? That is the nature. So we all are subjected to gain and lose both, not only of material things, my friends, such as money, properties, but also of the company of those we love, such as friends and loved ones. mm. So, but by nature, by actually from the very little ages, from the birth, we don't like alab or lose. We don't like alab. We know that, my friends, that a decision. You just think, you always ask, or you always advise your children and your friends, colleagues, relatives and all, don't take wrong decisions. Is it? You advise them, no? Don't take uh, wrong decisions, wrong decisions. But a decision is right or wrong. A decision is right or wrong only after it has been implemented or put into effect. Hmm? A decision is, keep in mind, a decision is uh, right or wrong only after it has been implemented or put into effect. Huh? Can you take only right decisions? Can you take only right decisions without wrong decisions? No, you can't. Can you take only right decisions? No. But we say others, don't take wrong decisions, think thousand times and take the decision. We say, but uh, only after has been implemented, a decision will be right or wrong. So what you should have a strong enough mind to bear the result, uh, bear the result of your decision, whether it is a labh or alabh. It means gain or lose. Whether your decision is right or wrong, you have to train your mind to bear them, bear the result. Okay, so first two facts are labh and alabh, gain and lose. Then we you know that during our lifetime, whether one is a lay person or a monastic, or you just think, or a monk, an unenlightened or an enlightened being, it is unavoidable that each and everyone will be subjected to some of gain and lose. Not only one, both. Parallelly, they both are going, gain and lose. For the householders like you, for the householders like you, there may be gain and lose in terms of material possessions and assets. Family members, friends and relatives, and even immaterial things such as relationships, status, reputation, etc. You have to face these both, not only one thing. The natural disposition of us is to avoid unpleasant or painful feelings and to receive more and more pleasant feelings. That is the natural disposition of us. Mm? So you believe that that pleasant feelings provides you lasting happiness, everlasting happiness? No, but we believe that. That's why we are seeking for pleasant feelings only. Why? We believe that they are everlasting. No. Hmm? No. So if you are doing a business, how can you predict, my dear friends? How can you predict? You will get only profits, labh. You will not lose your anything. How you can predict? Hmm? We can't predict. No, no one predict, because that is the reality. That is the reality. We have to face both labh and alabh, gain and lose. That's worldly conditions, not our own. So worldly conditions. So a Buddhist disciple, you are Buddhist followers, a Buddhist disciple who practices the Buddha's teaching, should aim to be mindful and able to maintain equanimity, a nice doctrinal fact in Buddhism. Equanimity in the face of both what? Gain and lose, labh, alabh. Okay. So we are jumping to the next fact. Labo, alabo, ayaso, yasocha, ninda, pasansa, sukancha, dukkang. As worldly beings, like us, we are worldly beings, we are secular beings, we are, I think, we are leading a mundane life. Still, we are hoping to achieve the supramundane life. But as secular beings, worldly beings, we are eager to receive what? What we are eager to receive. Labo, alabo, ayaso, yaso, not ayasa. Not ayasa. Ayasa means we like just to have the praise. We like to have the praise. Praise means pasansa. Pasansa. So, pasansa, or the praise from others around us, and react them with delight and craving. We react them delightfully. Why? When we get an unhappy feeling, what we do? When we get unhappy feeling, what we do? Any criticism over you, and any disapproval or blame. All these eight conditions are actually bond together. They are merged together. So when we get unpleasant or very painful feeling, it means any criticism of you, from the society, what we do? Mostly we mostly we quarrel or conflict, make fight with them. Surely we argue. To what? For what? We argue, to make others understand that we are not like that. You don't have any reason to criticize me. I am a good enough person. I am a good qualified person, like that. This is due to the wrong belief. Why? Wrong belief means, if someone thinks his happiness, worth and recognition in this society depends on the validation and approval that he received from the others in the uh, society via praise, that is wrong. You know, my friends, There are two lives. There are two lives. You have two lives. What are those? A successful life and a happy life. What are those two? A successful, you can lead a successful life, and also happy life, and both together. Much worthy if you can lead a life with these two qualities. It means a successful, happy life. But most of the people in this society, they lead what? Only one, either successful life or then happy life. What do you mean by successful life? My friends, successful life is measured by others, not by you. You are a doctor, you are a lawyer, you are a good businessman, and you have a huge wealth. You are right, your status and roles, and like that. The successful life is measured by others, not by you. Then what about a happy life? Hmm? Happy life is measured by your own. So, what is greater? What is better? A successful life or a happy life? Hmm? I suggest a happy life is better than a successful life. Why? Though you are leading a successful life in this society, praised by others, because of your post, because of your job, because of your status and roles, because of your wealth, because of your the car you are using, because of your house, big house you are staying at. hmm? If someone praise you, then it is not so great actually. That is called the success. It is measured by the society, not by you. A happy life is measured by you. That is better than a successful life. Hmm? So don't be upset. Don't be keep negative thoughts because of others praise or blame. It's theirs. It's there, not yours. Buddha says, he has stated very clearly, there was not and there will be not a person who is always blamed, only blamed, and who is always praised, only praised and only blamed. No, nothing. Na chahu na cha bhavisyati, na chetarahi vijjati. Ekantang nindito poso, ekantang va pasasito. In past also there was not such a person. In future also there will be not a person who will only get praise and only get blames. We have to face both. This is the reality of this our worldly life. Right. So you know that there are so many instances in the Buddhist literature too, where even the Buddha was blamed and accused by many people. Hmm? You know that when that Sundari Paribrajika, I can't remember, yeah, Sundari, um, after killing her, some people buried her in the temple premises, Savatti in Jetavana. They buried her in the temple premises. Then, because of many problems, because of many blames made by the people, society, Anandatera continuously asked Buddha to, Venerable Sir, let's leave this city. Let's leave this city and go to another city. Hmm? Then what was the reply of Buddha? Buddha asked Anandathera, if we will face the same difficulty and the blame in that next city we are hoping to go, so what will we do? Hmm? Anandathera said, Bante, we'll leave the next city also. Buddha said, that is not the reply. That is not the answer. So we must face this difficulty. Every day people don't praise us. Huh? Today sometimes they may praise us, then tomorrow they will blame us. Okay. Uh, so this is the nature of this society. Praise and blame both. And finally, the sukhancha dukkhang, pleasure and uh, pain. Pleasure and pain. You know that during your life, you might have got this experience because not only pleasure, not only happiness, not only the blame, not only lose, not only gain. We faced all these conditions as they are worldly conditions. We are subjected over these 8 conditions. Mm. But the natural tendency of us as worldly beings is to enjoy pleasant sensations only. To enjoy pleasant sensations only and reject unpleasant sensations. But the reality is completely different than we think and hope. The reality, the nature of this world. So the world is circling and circling and circling. Worldly conditions are also circling. There is a nature. So nothing is impermanent. Nothing